Hey guys, Alex Sturgeon, HobbyTown, HobbyPlex, and this is part 2 of our Bulletproof Slash 1000 project. Our HobbyPlex 1000 Enduro is a week from today, Sunday the 24th. 1000 laps, probably going to be a good 8, maybe even 9 hour Enduro. It's a race to the finish, so whoever gets to 1000 laps wins. If you watch my previous video, you know that we've decided to take a Traxxas Slash and see if we can make it strong enough to last 1,000 laps out there on the dirt track. And I'm here to update you on our progress. It's done. I've tested it. There's a lot of hop-ups to it. The only thing stock left on this car from my Slash are the turnbuckles. The turnbuckles, that's it. So I went a little crazy. I understand that I basically have made a backslash. Or not basically, I've made a backslash, so before you get on YouTube and you're like, backslash, I understand that, we totally get it. I didn't intend to make a backslash, but then I fit my 8-scale body on it and thought, how cool is this? So enough gabbing. I've got a long list here of stuff to talk about. Let's get right into it. Okay, so update from the last time. I went ahead and used the Traxxas GTR shocks that come stock on like a Slash Ultimate. The front and rear lengths, they're the proper length so that I don't lose any of the up and down motion. I have the right droop so that the vehicle still handles well. I am going to stick with the plastic caps. You don't really see the caps breaking on the GTR shocks like you do with the stock plastic shocks that come on Traxxas cars. To finish off the steering, I went ahead and put ProTech aluminum steering arm on there with my with my ProTech servo. This thing turns phenomenally. It's really fast and really strong. I went with RPM A-arms front and back, and you just can't beat the durability of RPM. Also, for durability's sake, a real problem with, not a problem, but something that's seen on Traxxas cars a lot is as they go up and down, the screw pins that are used as the hinge pins also go up and down if they get dirty, and they'll actually unscrew themselves. So STRC makes a captured hinge pin set that I've put on the entire vehicle. So you can see they screw in here, and then there's a nut on the back side of it, so you don't have to worry about them coming undone throughout the course of a race, because if I left the stock ones on there, I guarantee they'd come off probably within an hour or so. What else do I got? MIP CVDs. So I've replaced the stock plastic drive shafts with MIP CVDs. I didn't go with the super heavy duty ones, mainly due to price. They're like 70 bucks. These are $31.99 here at the Plex, but they're still aluminum. I've used MIP CVDs since the early 90s, and I've never really had a problem with them as long as you build them right, use the right amount of thread lock. So I don't see that being a problem. Something else that maybe we can show you here real quick. Get the wheel off. Is I went with STRC aluminum rear hubs, and what's cool about what STRC makes is they have them in stock, half-degree, and 1-degree increments. So the rear hubs are 1 degree of toe in, so an additional 1 degree of toe in. That basically helps give this truck some traction. It's a good hop up that I went with the last time I built a Slash, which was for my kid when we raced Plex Spec about 7 years ago now. But that's a really good upgrade, and they're a little bit cheaper than the Traxxas rear aluminum hubs. What else do I got? You can see I went in the back. I went with aluminum hexes instead of plastic. I did that so I don't strip out wheels. We don't want to strip out a wheel in the middle of this race. That would be devastating if that happened. Shock towers. So I looked around. I could not find any carbon fiber rear shock towers, at least to get within the time frame that I needed them. So I understand there's some on eBay, but here at the Plex, we have carried these STRC aluminum rear shock towers for a very long time, and you know, Traxxas shock towers can break. They're real flexible, but they do tend to break right on the bottom here where they screw into the chassis. So had to get that replaced. And then I had lying around here in the Plex in our closeout section, this is an Anza front carbon fiber shock tower. It's probably one of the last ones we have, and I snagged it and put it on there so I don't have to worry about the front shock tower breaking. And you can also see there is no body mount because we're not running a short course truck body, so I don't have to worry about it getting snapped in any way. So there's your shock towers. Again, the Proline transmission worked out well. I will say one thing in testing, the screws that come through this backside here, I don't know if you can see that very good, but they did kind of back out. I thought I used enough thread lock on them, but they actually backed out, and this motor plate was moving around in my initial test. So I went in there and put more thread lock on there and didn't run the car until it was completely dry. I do still have to put the motor guard on. I have just a stock black one at home I'm going to use, but I couldn't wait to go test it out. So of course I landed funny and bent a little, not bent it, but I smashed it in a little bit. Whatever, it'll be fine. Okay, let's talk about electronics. So I'm using my trusty Team Orion stock spec R1 speed controller with a Reedy 13.5 motor. Decided to go with 13.5 and a censored system, mainly because for racing, that's just what I'm used to, is having a censored system. But also 13.5 I think is the maximum, most efficient motor for what we're trying to do out there. We're trying to go as long as we can without sacrificing too much speed. If I put a big honkin', 4600 or 3800 Castle in there, I feel like it would have sucked too much battery. Even gearing it low, it probably would have driven a little bit weird. You didn't need all that power for what we're doing. So 13.5 is it. I have it geared. I played around with the gearing. I ended up, the stock gear is 86. This is 86.29. I tried it at 86.30 and 86.31, and the motor started to get hot. One of the things I have left to do is to put a fan on this motor somehow. I think I should be able to find something that'll clip on, and that should help just keep the motor cool for as long as we're going to run it. My trusty Sanwa MT44 and receiver. It's real lightweight. Don't have to worry about that. I did put a little bit of weight on this side to kind of balance it out because obviously the speed controller weighs more than the receiver. And then Horizon Hobby was nice enough to give us some batteries for our ARMA event that we held here about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So we have a whole bunch of these 5,000 milliamp hour Dynamite and Spectrum batteries lying around. So we're going to be using those, and should be able to charge. If I have 3 batteries and I have 2 on the charger at once, we should be able to cycle through them without any sort of waiting, which would be bad. We don't want to wait. Wheels and tires. J Concepts Dirt Web short course tires on J Concepts short course wheels. Should be strong enough. I don't see us breaking a wheel or anything like that. And the Dirt Webs used to be the go-to tire. Ellipses right now are the go-to tire for 1/10 scale buggy racing, but I just decided to go with Dirt Webs. They're already broken in. They're ready to go. Now on to the aesthetics. I want to get this in really quick before we finish her up here. I had my old Mugen MBX8 Eco body lying around downstairs. My son and I were sitting in our booth talking about how we wanted to make this look, and I said, hey, what about an 8 scale body? And he's like, well, it fit. And I'm like, I don't know. So we went down there and we checked it out, and sure enough, with very minimal cutting, it fits. So here's the plan. I've made a little, out of Lexan, I painted it, I made a little lip here, so kind of copying, say, like an X-Max body clip system. So the idea is that we're going to be able to slide that in, and then I Velcroed the body on, but I also have, just to make sure it doesn't come off, I have 1 body post on this side. So to make our pit stops as fast as possible, 1 body clip, body comes off, change the battery, body goes back down, put the clip back on, and we're underway. So I don't know, it looks cool. I know it's a backslash, but it just looks cool. I didn't have to pay anybody to paint the body because it's my paint scheme. So it has HobbyPlex stickers on the side, so everybody knows which team it is. And I don't know, I just thought it was, you can't go wrong. Finally, the wing mount, right? So I tried a couple different ways of putting the wing on there. I tried a regular 10 scale plastic wing. This is a 3 racing hard plastic wing, and what I did was I took the regular Traxxas body mount, I cut it, I drilled the holes through it, and you can see the wing buttons there are holding it in place, and it kind of sat kind of funny, originally it kind of sat like this. So I don't know if you can see that, but I put a little spacer and I cranked it down into the shock tower, and now the wing mount fits just barely forward. So overall, it looks really cool when it's all said and done, and I couldn't be happier with how this turns out. Like I said, the only thing stock on this is the turnbuckles. Everything else is all brand new for this race, and for the future, I always like to have a car kind of lying around in case one of the Plex kids breaks theirs or something. I have something I can say, hey, you want to use my car? And then, you know, I don't have to worry about it breaking on them and letting them finish out their night. So I think that's it. Got my list, and the next thing will be the race. So next Sunday, because the race is going to be so long, we will be posting some YouTube videos throughout the day. So be ready for Sunday to start up. We'll be taking video of everybody's position. We'll take some footage of the race, and we'll talk about how our car's doing, and hopefully we'll be leading, maybe not, I don't know, we'll see what happens. So look forward to that, and man, I can't wait to get this thing going. So that's it for now. We appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like, tell your friends. We're getting closer and closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so that's good, and we'll make a new video for you soon.